Hey girl, hey, welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Misha. Thank you guys for joining me yet again for another review. We are back with a brand new review for the Real Housewives of Dubai. If you are new here, then welcome. I give lighthearted reviews with a little bit of laughter and a little bit of shade and a whole lot of detail. And if you're back for a second or third time, then welcome back. Y'all, please don't hesitate to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel if you get anything out of the content. Now, child, let's get into it if we're going to get into it. When the episode first opens up, Brooks and Sarah, they're still going at it. Brooks is trying to get Sarah to know that she hurt her feelings. She flat out stated, "You hurt my feelings." So Sarah is trying to explain it away. Brooks is like, "I felt like you judged me in my home." So Sarah goes, "Well, I feel like you saying that, I feel like I said to you that you should show more affection, not that you weren't affectionate." So Brooks is clearly tipsy, and she's telling Sarah that her actions hurt her feelings again. She feels like Sarah needs to take some accountability for her actions because she's very judgmental. And I have to agree with that. Not the judgmental part, but she does give judgy, okay? She does give, I know better than everyone else. A know-it-all, if you will. My opinion. But I don't feel like in this moment that Sarah took any accountability for the way that she made her feel. Sarah is like, I get you're hurt, but it just shows that something triggered you. Yes, my parenting being called into question is what triggered me. Like, just apologize for hurting the girl's feelings. And honey, apologize for taking it too personally. Tell her exactly what you meant. And you have to stop fussing, honey, because I really ain't got no time for this, okay? I'm not in the mood for a divide. Let's just get through this boring wedding, honey, and get into it as we get into it. Moving forward. So Ayan comes over to get them for dinner, and Chanel is like, "Well, did you tell her that you weren't judging her?" And Sarah's like, "I was not judging her." So Brooks is saying that it's a reason that she raises her son that way, and Chanel is like, "Raise him how you want to." And you know what I love about Chanel? Chanel is going to let us know that she is a black woman. If you a black girl, if you a black girl, if you a black girl, do your thing. Honey, she gonna make sure she lets you know that she's a black woman in every single episode. Last week, she told Caroline, "I am a gorgeous black woman. You could never be me." Then this episode, she was like, "Listen, when you come to black people's house, sit down, shut up, eat your food, and don't tell me how to raise my children. Period. Dot." Honey, she gonna make sure to let you know, honey, that she is black and I live for it. Do you hear me? I love to see someone sitting and owning their zhuzh, okay? And that is all things Chanel Ayan. Oh, and just a side note. I very much feel like Chanel is authentically her because, there's been a little bit of buzz all over the Twitter from the girls over at Potomac and Mr. Carlos King saying that Chanel has studied everyone and she's coming in not being herself. You can tell by the response from the other women that this is Chanel all day, every day, even her husband. Child, this is just who she is. Honey, get into it. Moving forward. So they're trying to tell Sarah how Brooks felt. Lisa is piping up. Chanel is piping up. And Brooks is like, "Look." And Sarah's like, "Look, she took the whole constructive conversation and remixed it to make me look bad. And I don't like that." Sarah, okay, let me just say this. You also had some points where you revised history. So therefore, and thus and such, all we can go by is the flashbacks. Okay, now I don't know what was edited out, but according to the two of you, what we saw don't even make sense. Sarah is saying one thing, Brooks is saying another thing, and our eyes saw another thing. So I'm just going to call this a stalemate. So anyway, they're talking about that. And so Sarah's like, "You know what? I need to get up because your tribe determines your vibe." Girl. It's true. But there you go with them quotables again. This is exactly what Lisa was talking about. A walking Instagram post. Girl, go on, honey. Sarah a little judgy something. Moving forward. So Brooks leaves, honey, because she's like, "I'm over it." Well, honey, we all over you, child. We all over y'all fussing and fighting, so just go. So she leaves, and Lisa was like, Sarah should have just apologized, and Brooks should not go anywhere drunk. Agreed. Okay, problem solved, honey. This summed everything up. You should have apologized for the way you made her feel. If she took it the wrong way, please articulate that to her. Have fun. Don't come nowhere else drinking like that. That's why they don't allow y'all to do that, for this very reason. So the dinner is underway, and they both decided, not to sit with the family, meaning Sergio and Caroline. So he said, that he didn't have a problem with it because his family was seated very close by and he got to be with his friends, his woman, and his family, honey. He could reach out and touch them. So they're partying it up, right? They party over here, ain't nothing over there, honey. And the desert is going up on a Tuesday. When I tell y'all I want me a desert party now, y'all think they got deserts down here? Child, I want a desert party so bad now. Anyway, I just thought that was so cute. I was like, I can just imagine me being all extra like Chanel, honey, all up in the desert with a bathing suit and a cape on. Ooh, child, get into it. So we see a caption and we hear Caroline saying, "Did you see she came in a veil and a blonde wig and a wedding dress?" Now, mind y'all, Caroline is mic'd up and she's talking to someone and not remembering that she's mic'd up. But let me just say this to you. Girl, she did not come as you. She is not dressing up as you for Halloween. She's just better dressed than you are and you're jealous. You can't stand it. Something about her intimidates your spirit, honey. It just makes your very core shake. And I'm not sure why. Like, I think it's because you're being upstaged as a whole as it pertains to the entire franchise. I think that's what it is. It has nothing to do with her dressed like you because she's not dressed like you. So her friend is like, "Girl, you're mic'd. Caught in the act, child." So she's like, so many people have asked me about Ayan's dress that it's a joke. Girl, ain't nobody ask you about Ayan's dress. You been mad about that dress since you and Sergio spotted it from your car. Nobody has asked you about Chanel. I can almost guarantee it. So Caroline is talking to Ayan, right? And she's like, "Everybody saw you arrive and they thought you were me." Girl, nobody thought she was you. Ayan is like, "I am a black woman. How can I be you?" I know that's right, honey. Please say it again. And this is exactly what I'm talking about. Child, she wish. Anyway, so Caroline was like, "Well, from behind, we look alike." Ma'am, please stop. Please stop. This 6-foot black woman in this 613 colored wig looks like you from behind? Really? Caroline, nobody told you to try to dress closer to your soon-to-be husband's age, okay? Just be who you are, you and your cowboy boots, and accept the fact that you asked everybody to wear white and this is what she chose to wear. Why would you ask everyone to wear bridal colors if you don't want them to look like a bride? Honey, if you wanted to look like the only one and stand out and be the moment, then you should have told them to wear black. But y'all, she would have probably upstaged you then too. That's neither here nor there. That's just a side note. So one of her friends comes over being messy and she's like, "You look like a bride." So Chanel was like, "You look like a bride." And I was looking at that little dress like, "You sure do, honey. That's giving reception realness." Caroline is pissed about Chanel's train. And Nina gets a message from her brother at the dinner to tell her that they're moving him to the ICU. And in the moment that she was getting the message, I was just thinking, why doesn't Nina fly to the States to be with her dad? I do pray that her dad is going to be okay, though. So here comes somebody else, child, because they can just not leave Chanel alone. And Caroline done recruited somebody to come over to the table. She was like, "Yeah, I thought it was a double wedding when I saw you." And girl gone. So when they walk away, here go Lisa. She 100% upstaged the bride. I mean, she always comes in couture. She's a model. Like, if this were my event, of course I'm going to bring it because I don't want Chanel to upstage me. I'm not going to be looking basic. Honey, I know that's right. Only the best judge for my day. So Lisa going to say when they walked away, her friend was shady with that little rehearsed shade. She was like, "Girl, go on, honey. I know that's real." So everybody is dancing the night away and they having a great time. In the next scene, Nina and her husband go to look at some renovations that they're doing. Okay. So she lets us know that her father is in fact stable. Her and her husband are arguing about all of the ceilings that are missing and the other things that they're doing in the house that Nina had no idea about. But listen to this, y'all. They are building an 18,000 square foot penthouse in a luxurious community that's 3 stories. Oh my goodness, honey. If it ain't about the money, when I tell you money, all I really want to see is the money. Shout out to Cardi B. When I tell you that money is long, baby, not 3 stories, 18,000 square feet. Child. Anyway, so she's pissed about things being done that she had no input on. Honey, if this is what y'all fussing about, sign me up, okay? Sign me up for a man that I can fuss with about my 18,000 square foot renovation. Please find him, honey. Is he out there? Moving forward. So it's 6 hours until the wedding. So they're getting prepared for the wedding. I am so happy this wedding is happening, honey. They've been preparing for this whole season, child. So they're going over the guest count, and Brooks isn't coming after last night, and both Lisa and Chanel won't be there either. Those that are coming, they're getting ready. So Caroline is getting her glam. Over with Chanel, she's getting glam for her fashion show in the UAE. Child, Chanel telling these awful knock-knock jokes and whatnot. She is something else. Now it's 1 hour until the wedding. So Nina and Sarah, they arrive. Everything looks beautiful. Everyone is taking their seats, and it's time for the nuptials. You know what? I have to say this, though. Caroline actually looks stunning. She looked very pretty. Much better than yesterday, honey. Thank God Chanel isn't there. Okay? Baby Sergio love him some Caroline. He just looking at her with them little wet eyes. Then they read their vows, exchange their rings, and they pronounce them husband and wife. You may kiss your bride. So they kiss. Back over here with Brooks and Lisa, they're going to Chanel's fashion show. So Brooks didn't want to go to the wedding because of all the drama from yesterday, and quite frankly, she does not want to see Sarah. Lisa appreciated the invite, but she said if she ever had to choose, she's choosing Chanel. Honey, as you should, because she didn't come to your fashion show. And she halfway don't like you. I mean, if we really being real. So, I mean, I feel like you made the best choice. And I just want to say this. If we are not friends like Chanel and Lisa, then honey, I don't want it. Okay? When I tell you she stands 10 toes down, when I tell y'all she stands 10 toes down for Chanel and vice versa, I love it. I love their friendship. It's very genuine. And it's also very refreshing to see on a Housewives show, because the reason why I say that is because a lot of times these friendships are manufactured. It's like, okay, we became friends because of the show, but Lisa and Chanel are actual best friends. So I love it. I love to see it. But y'all know what? I was watching, and it's crazy, the divide in the cast for this particular episode. It's like the melanin is at the fashion show, and Caroline and the crew, they're at the other show. But I can't help but think that Brooks would have been at that wedding had she not gotten into it with Sarah. So it's kind of giving, making me give her the side eye look. It's like I want these three to be what they're being in this moment. But at the same time, it's like, Brooks, I mean, are you really with them or not? Because sometimes Brooks gives me two-faced. She really does. So backstage, Lisa is asking Brooks if she's going to cut back on the drinking. And she's like, yeah, girl, because you know what? Me drinking, my anger, it don't mix. So I don't want to keep going for the jugular. Chanel said, no more Jaguar. Chanel, no ma'am, honey, not no more Jaguar. They said, no, jugular, not Jaguar. Oh, Chanel is so cute. So Chanel goes, well, what's the jugular? So they're, pointing to it, right? And she's like, that's the neck. So Lisa said, look, girl, don't explain it to her tonight. Okay, tonight she's the model. We will explain it to her in the morning. Honey, yes, please give her the lesson later. So then Brooks is like, I feel bad about Nina's dad, and I feel like I need to talk to her. So Lisa suggested that she sit down with Sarah and Nina and apologize. Brooks is like, Nina, yes. Sarah, hell no. So Lisa goes, well, I mean, we didn't miss nothing but Sergio crying, honey, and y'all know he gonna tear up if he don't do nothing else. So Chanel is telling them how Sergio was mad at her yesterday because of what she was wearing. No, they were jealous of you. Let's make sure we say what it is, honey. Call a spade a spade. He was jealous. Back at the wedding, Sarah's telling Caroline she's leaving because her shoes are killing her. Sarah always comes last and leaves first. And girl, bye. Moving forward. So the fashion show is getting started, and I just want to say this. This fashion show was my speed. Aesthetically, it was everything. So all of the models are coming down, including Chanel's son. And she was just saying, that she loves that they share that because they have that in common, but she doesn't know how it's going to be once he leaves for college or whatever. So then Chanel comes down to close the show. And when I tell you the face card never declines, baby came down with a walk so fierce. I was like, yes, ma'am, honey, get into it. Over on the other side, it's time for the reception and a quick dress change. And I like dress number 2 as well. Very simplistic. It fit Caroline very well. It's given very much Lady of London. So she was saying in her confessional that her first marriage was at 25 years old and she didn't know who she was, but now she's very sure of herself. Child, not you and Sergio both having y'all first wedding at 25. Okay. So then her daughter gets up to make a speech. And Caroline was like, it's very hard to win 3 kids over, but Sergio did it. Child, it ain't that hard when y'all the same age. I'm just saying. No. I'm just kidding. But honey, I'm really just serious, honey. Allegedly. So then Sergio gets up to speak his speech to his bride, and he's like, I'm going to be with you for the rest of our lives until I push you in your wheelchair and whatnot. Sir, goodbye. I'm happy that these two are finally hitched. It's the next day, and Caroline and Lisa and Chanel, they go for brunch. Again, Chanel shows up and rips the runway on the way to the table, dressed in a fuchsia pink dress. Still no present for Caroline. Because Lisa brought them a wedding gift, baby. Chanel brought them herself, honey. I'm showing up. That's all you get, y'all. So, of course, some of the ladies of London are there. And they saw Chanel and they're like, where are you coming from? Honey, she's coming from home. And what else is going on? This is what they do in Dubai. So then the guy friend, Luke, he's like, oh, I thought you were coming to upstage Caroline. Can we drop it? Really, can we drop it? It's getting old. So Chanel goes, I can't upstage her. She's her and I'm me. Exactly, honey. It's giving threatened. That's really what it's giving. It's giving I'm threatened by her. I guess I don't mind my friend shining, honey, because I know I'm going to give my own zhuzh. So I don't understand why Caroline and her little crew has such a problem. So Lisa brings up Chanel's fashion show, because y'all already know she gonna bring it around one time for the one time, as she should, like the friend she is. And so they started talking about the wedding, right? So then they started talking about IVF, and Caroline says that she's going to be carrying their baby. She was like, you know what? I had preeclampsia and they said I wasn't going to be able to carry my twins, but the doctor just confirmed that I would be able to carry. Now, me personally, I would not risk it. I really wouldn't. So Sergio was like, well, you know, if it's not working, we'll take it out and put it into someone else. Oh my God. It's got to be his good looks. Sergio needs a class in reproductive health, honey. Like, what are you talking about? You can't just go in there and take it out and put it in someone else. Oh, child, every time I hear him talk about this baby child, it lets me know more and more that he don't need one. So then one of her friends, Luke, he asked about a surrogate, and Lisa said that it's illegal there and you can't come from the U.S. to do it because you have to be married to have a baby. Wow, that's crazy. Child, there'll be a lot of people not making it over here on this side, okay? I'm just saying, they got some rules in Dubai. So Lisa, in her confessional, she said she feels like Sergio shouldn't ask Caroline to have more babies and risk it. Now, I'm going to say this. I'm not into telling people what to do and how to do, but I can understand him wanting kids of his own, but that's one of the risk factors when you marry someone older. Like, it might not work. So, I mean, this is what you wanted, and this is the outcome that you may get. I mean, she's of an older maternal age. Now, women do it all the time. Don't get me wrong. They do it all the time, but it's harder. And if you've had preeclampsia, that could kill you. So, I mean, I just really want them to think this through. Even if maybe they went to live in the States and then had a surrogate, honey, I don't know. It could work, child. They'll have to make it work. In the next scene, Caroline is at home with her mom, and her mom's there visiting, and she's getting pictures together to hang up in her house of her son. And so she starts talking about what happened with Sarah. So her mom is like, you can't do that. So even her mom is telling her, girl, calm that down. Basically, her mom said, listen, you got you some liquid courage, and then you went off. So Brooks asked her if she's changed since moving to Dubai, and her mom was like, yeah. Like, you were in a bad situation with Adam's dad. And Brooks was just letting us know that, yes, I am a bit strict, but it's because I don't want him to make the same mistakes that I did. So then she starts talking about leaving her marriage with nothing, and it was just her and her baby, and she fought for her son, and she loves her child. So for strangers to tell her how to parent her kid, that really hurts her. I can tell that it really triggered her, and it's hard being good cop, bad cop. It's like, listen, I love you and I'm the mommy and I will nurture you and I will love on you, but at the same damn time, don't play, okay? Because there will be rules in this house. I mean, you have to be both mom and dad. So I'm going to give her a little bit of grace because, like I said, nobody wants to hear about their parenting. Nobody. No matter what you're saying, be more affectionate. You need to kiss them more. Why are you letting them wear that? You need to do this. You need to do that. Everybody just go to your mutual corners and worry about your own children, okay? That's all I'm going to say on that. I feel like both Sarah and Brooks were wrong. Brooks, you were wrong because you went off and lost your damn mind on your friends and on Sarah. Sarah asked if she may speak out of turn, and you said it was okay. Sarah, just because somebody gives you the okay, honey, make sure that you're saying something that makes some sense, child. And stop judging everybody. And that was the end of the episode. Y'all comment down below and tell me exactly what you thought about this episode. I am so happy that the wedding is done. And now Sergio and Caroline can skip on off into the sunset. Please don't hesitate to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. And as always, stay safe, stay blessed, spread love, not germs. Peace.